You just touched on some of the myths and almost the embarrassment around having a period, which you mentioned is ridiculous because half of us get a period every month, whether we like it or not.
Absolutely.
So how do you go about debunking these myths, or even helping young women realize that it's not something to be embarrassed of?
Yeah, I think it's about firstly speaking about it and making it a safe and comfortable environment. And when I introduce the menstrual cup, is a product that I work with, that often opens up the floor for conversation because they want to know more about how to use it, what it means, and then automatically we then start speaking about these issues. And it really is, I think it's debunking the myths is about questioning old taboos, questioning old stigma, and addressing the cultural and tradition, the cultural beliefs that we have on menstruation. It's not my job to go into any community to say that it's wrong and that what people believe is incorrect. But we are free to question, and we should give as much information to young girls so that they can then make their own choices, informed choices at that. But it's really just about going in, starting to speak about it, making it something normal. And I think what I do and what the people that I work with is we go in and we say, well, it's something normal. And it is something that all of us experience. We experience it differently, but we all experience it nevertheless. This is how we can manage it, and we do some fun exercises around it. But it's really about getting young girls, and our approach is very Socratic in that we say, let's talk about it, let's unpack the issues that we know exists, and let's ask ourselves, is it really true? What are the myths and what are the facts? And let's really dig through them and see what holds and what we can carry forward and what we should get rid of.
Now, of course, your work involves speaking to young women, but there's also an onus on South African men to actually understand what's going on when the women in their lives are on their periods. Why is that important?
It's absolutely important because I think many women do care about what men think, and they do care about, or a lot of their experience is influenced by the male experience around them. So I mean, I'll give you an example. I spoke to a guy once and I asked him, so I explained to him what the menstrual cup was. And he said, well, actually my girlfriend doesn't want me around her when she has a period, and all I want to do is hang out with her and watch a movie. And so I think as women, we too need to start changing the perceptions around menstruation. And I think once we start portraying a positive message, then the men in our lives will start adjusting and adapting to those positive messages as well. But we experience it, so we have to portray what the experience is like, and we need to do it positively. I think we've become conditioned to believe that it's this negative, horrible experience, which it can be, but there are also positives to it, and we're not taught the positive side. And so we need to start that conversation. We need to start experiencing the positives, and then men, I think, will latch on eventually and understand it great. And when they understand it, then it means they can be more supportive to us as women. So it's very important that they do understand what it's about.
Kim, what do you say to the person who says there is absolutely no positive in this experience once a month?
Go and do the research, go and learn about it. There's a lot of positive information. I mean, there's a new approach to menstruation now where we're saying, let's look at the interplay of the hormones, let's look at the interplay of our lifestyle decisions, the food we eat, the exercises we do. And if we manage that correctly, we can actually have quite a pleasant experience. The menstrual cycle actually bears gifts, and women are, by our nature, we are cyclical beings. We have a very strong sense of intuition, and we can learn a lot from our bodies. Our way of knowing is through our cycle, and our cycle can teach us so much. It's just really understanding the phases of the cycle and understanding where you are at and what the positives are and how you can manage the process, because it can be used as a management tool at the end of the day, and to help you through your not only your emotional well-being but also just your health and your overall well-being.